Hello. Is this audible? Please make it confirm if it is audible. Till then, let me share the link with others so that they can join, right? It's an important session. We'll start the class after 2 minutes. Shundram, good evening. Yes, thanks, dear. Let me share the link with others. Okay, Shundram? We'll wait for them to join just for 1 minute only. शिबू क्लास होगी कहाँ पूछ रहे हो तुम? Harish, good evening. Good evening, dear. Let me share the link with others. Good evening, Shibu. We'll start the class soon. Okay, let's start now. So yes, we'll be doing the history part today. One thing I would like to tell you guys at the very beginning, this session is not of 2.5 hours. This will be a very short and precise session. Okay, we will have follow-up sessions too, as I talked about the GS4. So we tomorrow onwards we will be discussing some one or two. Good evening, Devyani. Daily for the GS4. So we have seeded how to study GS4 for last two classes. Today I'm gonna discuss about history, how to study this. Okay. And next onwards, we will be doing this history part based on our mindset making in the like today's class. Fair. So don't take these sessions as just like light sessions. I am very much determined and very much like passionate towards to make you feel or to make you connected, aligned in your UPSC preparation as far as you have mathematics optional, right? Okay, so let's start the class now. Fair? Next 30 minutes with me. After that, you will just decide what to do. Okay? Chale. So, I would like to tell you guys when you talk about history, है ना? And obviously we have mathematics optional, right? No need to tell, I know. Right. But why I have written that word here? Cause the reason is when I started my preparation, I started wrongly. You know what I did? Shibu, please share tell about resources of history. Don't worry, Shibu, everything will be answered. ठीक है शिबू? I started my preparation wrongly. How? I started from modern history. ठीक है? What happens? Some people said, देखना, why I had started like this. Some said ancient and medieval is boring. Fair. I accepted that reality. कि okay, चलो let's start from modern history. I did that. When I started this, I started from the disintegration of Mughals empire. Right. Fair. But when I realized कि why there is art and culture segment, ठीक है, and how without studying these two parts I cannot connect it. I am not talking about only prelims, I am talking about prelims, mains, and mains के अंदर GS and essay as well. Fair. So the connectivity was missing. Please focus here. Connectivity was missing for me between different eras, between the chronology in the history. Right? Due to this less connectivity, I wasted, I'm precisely saying, I wasted months over it. Fair. When I realized my mistake, what I did then, I told myself कि if prelims is concerned, then I need ancient, medieval, modern. ठीक है? Mains is concerned, then I need art and culture from like ancient, from medieval to modern to post independence also. Thing is, I tried to have a like a 360-degree coverage of the topic. 360-degree does not mean studying every nitty-gritty of that topic. Not at all. Being from the science background student, we are very logical. We always try to find, ध्यान से सुनना, we always try to find the relationship between कि okay, if I am studying ordinary differential equation, how it will lead to partial differential equation, how it will lead to heat equation and wave equation, right? Means we always feel comfortable if topics or segments are interrelated and easily understandable, right? This feeling I got out of this. Fair. So what changes I did after this? ठीक, ध्यान से सुनेंगे इस चीज को, रेस्ट इज अप टू यू. ठीक है. What changes I started, I started from understanding how to feel this topic. Fair. When I say how to feel this topic, अब समझिएगा. I am not saying about doing masters or PhD in history itself. Not at all, my dear. I am saying, suppose that whenever we were child or when we started thinking, we always were curious about sapiens, like how we originated, right? But if you are in the biology stream, Vijay Shukla, good evening, bache. Please attend the lecture, ठीक है? So, in the biology, then we are interested in, ध्यान से सुनना, the point I am telling. We would be interested in knowing the scientific name or biological names of all those species. If you are from humanities, there is no need to remember all those things. So here also, if we are preparing for UPSC, no need to remember every nitty-gritty of that, the prehistoric kind of stuff. But to connect dots between different eras, I must have a feeling ki how this history evolved, right? So when I talk about ki there are some things which are prehistoric, right? There are some things which are historic, right? And there are some things which are in between of these two, that you can call it as proto historic, right? When I learn about prehistoric, proto historic, historic, I got a curiosity, right? Ki, okay, why it is prehistoric means you have no solid evidence, right? You have nothing to readable documents, for example, right? Here you have some solid proofs or documents, right? Now I got a thing ki up to, please focus here and please note down these two words. We may have two things, two components in this preparation. Number one is curiosity and other is knowledge. And when I say knowledge, it means according to demand of UPSC. Fair? And why I am saying like this? Because demand of UPSC also needs the curiosity part. I will tell you later on in this class how this curiosity works. Let's say when I talk about this curiosity, and here in the prehistoric era, right? I may have some stone age kind of. Okay? When I was talking about curiosity, I was not worried about whether questions are asked out of it or not. Only I was worried about what is Paleolithic, Mesolithic. ध्यान से देखना, how to summarize this history, and Neolithic, right? So when I studied about the Paleolithic, I just got to know three keywords: Shohan, Belan, Narmada, river valleys, right? And when I talk about these stone age, I heard about a word Bhimbetka, right? Caves. You can say the painting, you can say the curiosity in those people who were in this ages, right? So when I got these two keywords, my curiosity is bit satisfied ki okay, I had nothing here evidence. These river valleys are the area where this had some proofs, and there are some caves where those persons painted their feelings, right? Then this curiosity I will use to start an essay in my UPSC mains preparation. You getting my point? So here nothing about prelims, mains, GS and all. Here is what we do out of these things, right? I may start, okay? This curiosity part, and you won't believe, in my one mains, I started out of this curiosity from the Bhimbetka, my one essay, okay? And not random information there, the curiosity. I will share my essays with you guys in coming days, okay? You will come to know how curiosity is being used there. Only these three keywords were enough to create that curiosity. Okay, chale. When I talk about Mesolithic, I just found two keywords there. Microlith means their stones ka that weapons. Micro means small. Other is animal husbandry. And please don't get bored. I am telling you some curiosity kind of stuff can also be very handy tool for you, no matter it is being asked in prelims or mains. Animal husbandry, and I got two places here, Bagor and one MP के अंदर में आदमगढ़, right? In Mesolithic, I didn't have any information other than these two keywords. Okay. When I moved to Neolithic, I tried to get the chronology or the evolution, right? I got some keywords, Wurza home and bit keywords, because we are being evoluted towards something, and how it is being directed towards something means how Neolithic leaded towards Harappan civilization, right my dear? अब देखिएगा, many of you may have a feeling कि sir what boring things you are talking about. I am telling you reality. नहीं तो खुद से पूछो. This you felt actually, right? But I would like to tell you with this much information, okay? Abhi you will ask some extra information to me from out of this. I am honestly speaking, I will not be able to answer, because I had only these keywords in my mind, and these keywords are just out of curiosity in my mind. Fair? Is that clear or not? Now, this curiosity part will go hand in hand for me now. Okay? And this curiosity will help me in GS paper as well. Mains, I'm saying, okay? I'm not talking about facts or prelims only. Dibyani, fear. Thank you. चले अब हाउ टू स्टार्ट दिस कंपोनेंट. अब हम इसको स्टार्ट करते हैं. हैव पेशेंस, टुडे आई विल मेक एन इंपैक्टफुल लेक्चर फॉर यू. चलिए, when I come on the knowledge part, so I talked with 4-step process in the lecture 2 or 1, lecture 2 I guess. How to prepare: reading the chapter, plain reading, watching PYQs, analyzing the chapter, analyzing the PYQs, right? So if you follow that process, if nahi, you must follow that process here too, right? अब हम आते हैं नॉलेज पार्ट पर. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मच, राइट? मतलब नॉलेज कितना, हाउ मच द सफिशियंट, राइट? फेयर. माय आंसर इज if you are able to decode something, that's it. When I say decode, please focus on this word. When I say decode, decode means you can tell me, ध्यान से सुनना, you can tell me what is the overall strata of that particular item, right? Means if I take an example here, please be here. I take an example here now. For example, हम कहां से start करें? We are starting from the prehistoric. Let's move to Harappan civilization. only two components are remaining, so have patience. Is it visible? Fair. चलेगा, थोड़ा सा उधर कर देंगे तो चले. देखिएगा, when you talk about any particular component, for example, here we lead to Harappan. Now, what to study, how to get the strata of Harappan civilization means you must know the evolution. Evolution, when you talk about geography actually, or you talk about area. Fair. अब देखना कैसे हाउ थिंग्स विल बी यूज्ड इन प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एंड इंटरव्यू एज वेल. You must have a map in your mind. Means when you talk about Harappan civilization, in what corner of the globe it is, right? So please don't forget to have a map for any component you are studying in history. No matter you are studying Mauryan era, you are studying Mughal empire, you are studying integration of 565 provinces in India. You should have a geographical map in your mind. It will make you a different personality. You will have a feeling of that component automatically attached. Fair? Once I understand the evolution, I will be more interested in now knowing what is there. You can say, I will give this construction, you can call it architecture, right? चलिए, means you want to know, मतलब Upen sir lives in a hut in a like farmer village or where, right? Then you will think कि अच्छा ये गांव में रहते हैं, खेती किसानी करते हैं, पैसा नहीं होगा इनके पास, right? Then you are wrong. चलिए, anyways, means out of architecture you can have an idea about that particular component कि वो कैसे रहे होंगे. When you talk about Harappan civilization, you have some limited places to read. For example, if I talk about the map, ध्यान से सुनना. Examples I am taking just to make you feel connected, okay? If I don't take example, you will feel boring here. Let's say Harappan civilization. So, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Kalibangan, Rangpur, Lothal, Banabali, ठीक है? These are some places for which I need to have idea about these things. Like in Mohenjo-daro, what type of architecture you found? In Banavali, what one or two keywords you found? Kalibangan, what you found, right? There are not infinite number of articles here, very restricted, very finite number of things are there. We are mathematicians, so we talk like this, right? Chaliye. After construction, you may be more interested in knowing their political system, right? Their social system. Fair? When you talk about social system, it will be more depending on the economy, right? Okay. So it means, out of curiosity, when I moved towards knowledge, I must have a frame of mind such that what things I need to study. Many of you are always lingering on this system, political system, and you think that you are preparing history. That is wrong. Many of you were more interested in economical system of, let's say, Harappan civilization, then you are wrong, my dear. Are you getting my point, what I'm trying to say? When you talk about any article or any component in history, you must think about in these 5 dimensions. लिख कर रख लीजिए, you must think about these 5 dimensions, no matter what system you are studying. Fair? Have patience, आगे बढ़ेंगे अभी, ठीक है? चलिए. Any doubt till here? Shibu, I will come on your resources part, okay? Don't worry. चले. Now, ध्यान से सुनिए. If I am interested in knowing these components and not in detail, okay? Only in a manner so that I can have a grip for understanding that strata. Clear? Chale. So, if you want to study these 5 components, please listen carefully here. You must have some parameters based on which you can, those are the parameters, you can say resources here. Okay. You find out information, right? This is the first component, and there it is the second component. Fair, my dear? Okay. So what you can hear? सबसे पहला काम, you must have a thought from here to here to here. Like when you talk about prehistoric or there is no evidence kind of stuff, you can talk about these stones and all that you have written. This much information is enough now. Okay? You can have inscriptions. Okay? For example, Ashokas. And please now listen carefully what I am telling you here. देखना. For example, if I talk about Mashki, Gurjara, Udgolam, Nettur, ठीक है? These inscriptions or keywords are set in my mind just like when I was in 10th class and I had a good friend, okay? चलिए. So Maski, Gurjara, Udgolam, Nettur. The reason why I remember these things because Ashoka's name you got here on these 4. Otherwise, at maximum places, you don't find name of Emperor Ashoka on these stones, inscriptions, pillars and all. Fair? So, Maski, Gujara, Udgolam, Nattur. इतना अपने को याद हो गया. Rest you can think about कि Ashoka is very famous for this stuff. So how it is being originated, like it is originated in India or it is influenced by someone. You will come to know about Central Asia. Okay. Here you will come to know about bogus koi. Right. I'm not going into much detail. I'm just telling you कि being a student from mathematics, I am teaching you mathematics from deep. Still such names are in my mind because वो इतने तरीके से मैंने सेट किए हुए थे कि मेरे को those I remember till the day. So thing is, why this only? Means I must know the relationship between Central Asia and Ashoka. That's it. Inscriptions हो गए. अब सपोज दैट एरन में भी आपको मिलेगा दैट हूड राजा ना तोरमाड़. देर आर नॉट ओनली 4 to 5 स्टफ्स आर देयर. ओके, Villari में you will got. चलिए, second thing you may have coins. Coins you may have terracotta, ठीक है, you may have hoarded coins, you may have metallic coins. Based on metallic coins, समझना ध्यान से, how coins define different eras. Like, can I differentiate the Harappan civilization and this Vedic, or you can say the later this Gupta period with the earlier Mauryan based on coins? Can I differentiate Mughal Empire based on coins with the Gupta period? You getting my point? If there is any distinction, means let's say somewhere it was silver coins, somewhere it was glass coins, and somewhere it was gold coins and all. So there are not infinite number of things. If you study these much parameters, you will feel the curiosity and will contain the knowledge as well. Am I clear or not? चले, कॉइन्स हो गए, स्कल्पचर्स हो गए आपके पास, आर्किटेक्चर हो गया आपके पास, and more importantly is literature. Fair? I will talk bit here. Please listen, because after this we will move on the last component of the lecture. When I talk about literature, my dear, fair, is it visible? Chale. When I talk about literature, I will get to know we have some Brahmins literature, okay, like non-Brahmin, or you can say later Brahmin, and you can say that like modern, or you can say the practical, or you can say the artificial or something like that. Means some books, some texts, right? When you study about these things, you should be focused on these things only. Please notice my this word. When I say you are studying about any literature, please try to get the idea whether that literature contains some impactful information about these things or not. If it has, then you must remember that. For example, when I talk about non-Brahmins literature like Buddhism, like Jainism and other things, when you talk about Buddhism, you must know some points about it, because it has a huge impact over the system. It changed the system from later Vedic to other period, that is your Mauryan and all, right? The whole strata was changed. So we must focus on the literature of Buddhism and then Jainism bit less than this, because Buddhism has much influence over the things, right? Okay. When you talk about literature, you should not escape from studying some foreign elements. ठीक है? Some foreign travelers, poets, they may give you many good glimpses. They may tell you, for example, Fayan, Hoensang, they may tell you more like solid information about your these components. So what I found out of this, कि I will focus only on the impactful literature. किस पर फोकस करेंगे अपन? Impactful literature. What usually aspirants do, they see कि अच्छा, they asked about Mudra Rakshas, they asked about Raksha, like this Machakatikam, they asked about some text. Bhaiya, they didn't ask randomly. You will have hardly, I am saying, 18 to tx 20 information, not more than that, over which you have to remember ki for what they are talking about. whether it is a love story, whether it is talking about social strata, whether it is talking about educational things and all. So if you prepare these things, and how these 18 to 20, how you should be classifying these things based on the 4-step process which I talked in the lecture 1. What is that process? Reading the chapter, analyzing PYQs, right? Last step. So analyzing PYQs, you will get to know कि यहाँ भैया there is not ocean of knowledge. Okay, चलिए. I guess till here you would have a feeling कि what to focus, how to focus, and how much to focus. Fair? And please don't start studying from modern history, otherwise the joy you are like witnessing in front of my face, you will not be feeling this. Okay, I am a pure mathematician, masters and research completely in maths, वो भी pure maths में. Still I had this much interest because I am logical. I know up to which extent I must satisfy my curiosity, up to what extent I should start or I should conceive the knowledge. Is that clear or not? So connecting the dots over which we have to study, that must be very clear. Till here any doubt? Sources पर I will come the later. Now just I'm gonna come on over that. Anyone want to write this? Acha, today you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, just have a screenshot. Okay. Fair? Chale. Now I'm going to summarize the lecture. Chale. Fair. See, my dear fellows, now I have to set the things in chronology. Okay? Please focus here, and this has huge importance in your preparation. Number first, what I talk about? Prehistoric. ध्यान से देखिएगा इस चीज को. Prehistoric. फिर बोलो. Anyone? सर अब बोलते नो योर स्ट्रेंथ नो योर वीकनेस, पर ये कैसे पता चला? क्योंकि हम तो समझ ही नहीं पाते पढ़ने के बाद भी. दिव्यानी गुप्ता, आप समझेंगे बच्चे. नो योर वीकनेस नो योर स्ट्रेंथ्स वो अभी आपका काम नहीं है. वो काम आएगा जब एक लेवल की पढ़ाई आपकी हो चुकी होगी. मींस सिलेबस पार्ट यू हैव डन वेल. Now you will start attempting mock test or something, or when you attempt tests, then you realize कि you are able to recall your knowledge or not. If not, then that comes in the weakness part, means I have to work on that. Clear? So we'll have to move step by step. Chale. So prehistoric, protohistoric and historic, right? यहां पर केवल क्या था? Only we had curiosity. Feel? Fair? After that, we have ancient India, we have medieval, and we have modern, and then post independence. Right? Dekhna how to divide this history. When you study this ancient India, आपने क्या करना है? Let's say you are studying Harappan civilization, okay? So when you are studying Harappan civilization, I have explained well here. I guess there will be no doubt. Let's say you are studying कि I have to study Vedic, letter पे दिख, right? You must study these things. I will call those as A, B, C, कहाँ गया? C, D, E, right? So I will call that as A, B, C, D, E parameter. So we will have to follow A, B, C, D, E parameters here. Now, if you observe here, you will find a transition, and that transition is भगवान है कि नहीं है, मूर्तियों की पूजा करनी है कि नहीं करनी है, राइट? मीन्स यू विल हैव religious, right, movements like बुद्धिज्म, लाइक जैनिज्म, फिर यहां पर आपके पास छोटे छोटे लाइक वैष्णविज्म, लाइक शैविज्म, राइट? बुद्धिज्म must be studied in deep because it has huge importance on the Indian system. Saivism should not be studied much in detail until unless you don't want to be अघोरी. ठीक है? कुछ टाइम तक मुझे लगा था आई विल फॉलो अघोर, बट बाप रे बाप, कुछ दिन करने के बाद आई वाज लाइक लीव इट भैया, मेरे बस की बात नहीं है. ठीक है? फेयर. So Buddhism, we need to focus much, but our parameters should be A, B, C, D, E. अब यहां कोई पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम की तो बात होगी नहीं, बट वी विल सी इम्पैक्ट ऑफ दीज मूवमेंट्स ऑन दोज पैरामीटर्स. यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? नाउ यू विल कम टू नो कि यहां पर आपका पर्सियन और यू कैन से गल्फ से इन्वेजन होगा. अब आपको यहां पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, रीजन्स, अब ध्यान से सुनना, आई विल नॉट राइट. यू विल हैव मौर्यन, बिग path breaking, so you should have studied about like bit in detail. But thing is, what is their political system, what is their judicial system, what is their administration, what is their religious things, like that, and components or resources based on which you are getting the information. So you must study Asokas in detail, right? Because it has huge impact. Fair? After this, you will move to Gupta. Later Maurya आएगा, छोटे छोटे states होंगे. When I talk about, let's say, later Maurya, ठीक है? सो ए बी सी डी ई पैरामीटर्स तो देखने हैं, बट इन लेस, नॉट इन डिटेल. फेयर? सो व्हेन यू गॉट अ ट्रांजिशन, अब इसके बाद यू विल स्टार्ट गुप्ता पीरियड, फिर लेटर गुप्ता पीरियड. गुप्ता पीरियड यू हैव टू फोकस मच ऑन दीज पैरामीटर्स, बट लेटर गुप्ता जस्ट हैव एन आइडिया अबाउट दिस थिंग्स. ठीक है? देन यू विल मूव फॉर सदर्न इंडिया. I want to say something more interesting for the southern India here. ठीक है? एक तो क्लासिफिकेशन, वही पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम एंड ऑल, चोलास, चेरास, राष्ट्रकूटास, पल्लवास एंड ऑल. लिटरेचर, the same thing, those parameters here. You should have a different chapter here. Okay? Then compare it with north. It will give you some glimpses to talk about, to think about, to put something in your essay, to put something in your logics. Fair? In the same thing, now you will move to pre-medieval, then medieval. Medieval के अंदर you must have a clear cut instruction कि first I will study about the dynasties. ठीक है? What? Gulam, or you can slave dynasty, right? How you will move for Vijayanagaras, how you will move then for Mughals, what is the role of foreign travelers, how Mughals empire disintegrated, and how Britishers came. When Britishers came, now your modern history starts. Fair? And on which parameters modern history to be studied, that we will discuss in a separate lecture, not here. Okay? So if I summarize this lecture, the thing is, अपने को करना क्या है, we must have a connectivity, we must have some solid base of information ki based on which things I will be studying the history. Based on these things I want to read the history for any dynasty, any transitional era or age. How to get this information? We will study about sculptures, we will study about inscriptions, coins, literature. Up to what extent that to be studied, that I also talked here, right? If you study the history in this manner and you follow the three oh sorry 4-step process, you will have a solid command over history. No one can beat you. बीट तो अब ऐसा नहीं होगा कि हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल वाले को अपन बीट कर देंगे. आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट योर प्रिपरेशन एंड डिमांड ऑफ योर यूपीएससी एग्जाम. फेयर. शिवू आस्क्ड फॉर रिसोर्सेस, राइट? रिसोर्सेस आई विल से टू थिंग्स मे बी देयर. प्लीज ध्यान से सुनिएगा. रेडीमेड, ठीक है, और सेल्फ मेड, है ना? सेल्फ मेड, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने एनसीआरटीज, यू हैव स्टडीड एनसीआरटीज, you prepared your notes, fair, then you just prepare, like remember that, and you found ki yaar nahi something or more important, again you add on that, you find again something important, you found that adding on that. So honestly speaking, be from the mathematics background or any science optional, I suggest for this history particular, please have some ready made material, okay? कुछ भी नहीं होने जाना है प्रीलिम्स के अंदर. इफ दे आस्क 6 क्वेश्चंस, 3 विल बी बाउंसर्स, 3 विल बी इन योर रीच. सो फोकस ऑन दोस 3 क्वेश्चंस, नॉट ऑन बाउंसर्स, ओके? बाउंसर्स ऑप्शनल वाले भी नहीं कर पाते हैं, ठीक? तो बहुत ज्यादा अपने को ज्ञान इकट्ठा नहीं करना है. इंट्यूशन, हाउ इट वर्क्स, दैट वी विल बी टॉकिंग ऑन लेटर. So you can have a ready-made material, and that material you can get from any of the coaching institute ka class notes or any book. Fair Shivu, I am not taking any name. I personally took very precise book containing of the history. It is of Kiran publication because I had the Hindi medium, so I was comfortable in that. I was writing my mains in Hindi medium, okay? Optional in English medium, GS and essay in Hindi medium. So you can have any book or you can go through NCRTs, but what I suggested, this 4-step process, you must have Ghatna Chakra of history, ठीक है? And please do follow that 4-step process here. Reading the chapter from your book, observing PYQs from Ghatna Chakra, analyzing your chapter, analyzing PYQs. Is that clear? और बाकी अगर आप NCRTs if you study, then you can prepare those notes, but that is very time taking and I don't found that very like very fruitful. मतलब मेरे को ऐसा personally feeling है. बाकी you can go with that if you have much time, okay? क्योंकि end of the day, if revision is not possible, for me it is just wastage. Shivu, did you get your answer? Anyone? Now it's your chance. You can ask your doubts. Later on, I will be also taking classes for particular components. Okay, like how to study Buddhism, how to study religious movements, how to study this Vedic era and later Vedic, how to study pre-medieval and medieval. So that sessions also I will take follow-up sessions, okay? Today I just tried to summarize the things that how I should prepare this history if we had maths or some science kind of optional. We had very much less time to study all these things. We cannot waste our time, and we are very much logical in nature. We cannot go beyond that प्रेम कहानी उसमें खो जाएंगे करके. We cannot do like that, okay? बहुत solid, बहुत clear, बहुत precise. Anyone? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, then please do let me know. Otherwise, we'll finish the session. Bolo. Should I finish the session? Southern India also I will take one lecture for that, because that is interesting, and I have framed my own notes. Clear, sure, no doubt. Shundram, fair. Shundram, did you get anything out of it? It was fruitful. Like, I'm not saying to give the compliments. I'm just saying ki whether I was able to deliver something or not. Okay, I guess it's enough for the day. We'll meet on Monday. We'll start simultaneous system, है ना? चलो. Okay, everyone. नमित मिश्रा, मिडेवल सर, मिडिवल भी कर देंगे. अभी आज का काम तो हो गया. अरे सुंदरम, ओके, थैंक यू बच्चे. नमित, you want to write this 23 prelims, so for medieval specific, if you have any query, then call me, I will sort out your query. Okay, क्योंकि here it is for 24 attempts, so everything is in the process. मतलब कुछ भी बीच से पिक नहीं करेंगे करके. ओके नमित, ठीक है, चलो, चलिए, गुड लक एवरीवन. Hope you will do better. Now you will be studying more precisely to address the demand of UPSC. That's it. Good luck. Good night, everyone. Good night, Namit. Everyone, good night.